In this RouteCAD tutorial video, we will see how to create a surface of revolution using the wizard. We have designed a chalk holding tool with keep out element. We also have the representation of a cutting tool also using keep out element, and we have designed a profile using construction element. Obviously the construction element in red can be routed, but the construction element in blue, which are keep out element, cannot be routed and are only there for display purposes. Now, what we want to do is to use the wizard to create this surface of revolution or contour of revolution. But before we do so, we would like to manually route the very first point, which is the home or 0, 0 location of our CNC machine that we have. So to do that, we go to machine and route semi-automatic, and we're going to click on this point, which is at the tip of the cutting tool. We click on it. If we click the middle mouse button, we see that this is the very first object to be routed. Now, the next thing we're going to do is to generate this profile of revolution using the wizard. So we go to wizard and we click on contour of revolution. And now we have many options for this contour of revolution. We can define how deep per pass we go inside the material. We can define the number of finished passes, and also the how deep we go per finished passes, and the clearance to material. The clearance to material is how far away the tool will retract after it done one pass. For this first example, we will not create a finished pass, so we will have the number of finished pass to 0. If we have the number of finished pass to 0, we can also keep the depth of material per pass finishing 0, but the system will not use these numbers when the number of finished pass is 0. So we will only use the roughing pass. So it will go, the roughing pass will be a multiple roughing pass, and it will depend on how we set the depth per pass. So if we set the depth of pass higher, there will be less passes to make the same part. If we set the depth of pass as a small number, there will be more depth, more passes to make the part. So this is the setting we basically have. 0.2 inch per pass roughing. There's no finished pass, and the clearance to material was set to 1/2 inch. And obviously, we've got to remember that the contour of revolution that we want to select must be a close contour, so it must have been created with the snap on, making sure there's no gap in between the elements. So to create the surface of revolution, we just go, we click on create surface of revolution defined by a continuous contour. And this is the continuous contour that we want to create the surface of revolution. And we have the tip that tells us to click on the first object to create the contour of revolution. The first object is the first object of the continuous contour. Like I said, this continuous contour was created with the snap on, which means there is no small gap, which could cause problem to the system. So we will go and click on the very first construction element, and also we have view display route arrow is on, and this we have already routed the very first point of the home location of the CNC. So we go and we click on that line, and automatically what happened is that the system has created many passes to actually make this contour of revolution while respecting the requirement that we impose. the requirement was that we needed to have a half an inch of clearance. So each time it finished a pass, it also always retract half an inch away from the material and then go back in. And also the depth of cut per pass roughing was set to half an inch. And there is no finish passes. So it will always go in the material half an inch on every pass, but there is no finish passes. So what's going to actually happen is that it will go in the very first pass after it from the home location, which is the first object to be routed. It will basically move to another location half an inch away from the material, and it will actually machine through, and then keep on doing that until it finished the complete profile. But there are no finish passes because we didn't specify finish passes. What we have specified was only roughing passes with half an inch, with 0.2 inch for each roughing pass. And in this case, this is the very first roughing pass, which barely touched the material. The second that goes in, the third, the fourth. Basically, there will be 5 passes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on the 5th pass, it will completely machine this surface of revolution.